Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Miya and I have been practicing tarot for 10 years. This is how my channel works. Each reading I have assigned a number. You can pick a number using your intuition or use a random numbers generator. So if you go to my channel's website, let's see if I have 30 videos, you can put number 1 to 30 and the random numbers generator can give you a number. All the readings are timeless. I might use different decks and talk about different issues. And this is a general reading, so please take what resonates. For today's message, I have something very specific, so if this doesn't resonate with your situation, you can go back to my channel's website and pick another number. I feel very guided to talk about forgiveness. And so if you're one of those people who are like, I don't want to forgive other people, then this message actually might be for you. So first I feel guided to read the book on forgiveness on this card. Then I have already drawn the cards for you and we'll look at other cards together. And I have a few channeled messages, and a few other messages as well. Forgiveness. We never forgive others, only ourselves for having judged them. The legend. In the town of August lives Rhonda Rhino. She doesn't take her mother's drinking problem personally, but she dreams of becoming a beloved family pet. One day, gunfire rings out. Rhino scatters and a small human child is caught up in the chaos. Rhonda picks him up and runs to safety. Humans discover the pair curled up asleep under a tree, and they shoot Rhonda with a sleeping dart. When she awakens, she is in a garden with the little boy and his family, Rhonda's new family. Rhonda's true essence lies in not harboring resentment. She transcends forgiveness because her focus is on her intention, not on her pain. This may be a time of family healing. Can I forgive myself for loving people who hurt me? Wishes fulfilled, holding on to dreams, past wounding. Keywords: belonging, self-forgiveness, fulfillment. Take a deep breath, exhaling all that does not serve you. Bring forward someone you are struggling to forgive. See them as a small child. Allow them to reach out to you. Notice your reaction to them. Which deserves your energy, holding on to your dream or holding on to resentment. Let's see what other cards. Workaholic, faith, and let's look at the bottom of the deck, creation. So this is the first message I'm hearing. Again, take what resonates. This is a general reading. If it doesn't resonate, you can listen to the next message and see if it resonates. So the first thing I'm hearing that is, it's almost like, let's see if you dated someone or if you married someone for like 20 years or for 5 years and then you got a divorce. This is an example, so this is just to illustrate. It's a metaphor. It can apply to other cases as well. Then you have a hard time on yourself. Because you have a hard time, because almost like you misjudged, you blame yourself for making the wrong judgment. The thing is, you did make the wrong judgment. It can be that at that time you picked this guy. At that time you chose to respond to this guy. At that time you chose to talk to this person when in fact that later you realize that you should just ignore them or you should just avoid them. You should not even go back to them or reconnect with them at all because they're not good for you. You realize that you initiated contact with somebody who's not good for you, who turned out to be brought you pain. So you are feeling really hard on yourself because you feel like you made a wrong judgment. That is the situation I'm hearing. So if you wonder why you're holding on to that or why you feel bad about it, this, or you feel unhappy sometimes, even unconsciously, you just feel like discontent or feel unhappy. It can be that you are subconsciously or consciously, you have been blaming yourself. You have been keep telling yourself, oh, you know what? Let's see that you are involved in a scam, right? And they cheated your money and you had a very hard time. You're like, why did I believe in them? Why was I stupid? Was I dumb? Why am I being such an idiot and letting these people fool me or letting these people play me? You are very hard on yourself in this situation. So when it comes to this card forgiveness, the first message I'm hearing that part of the reasons that you're holding on to this is because you haven't forgiven yourself. You haven't forgiven yourself for because you keep telling yourself you made a wrong judgment. The thing is, yes, maybe afterwards, from where you are right now, you might know that you made a wrong judgment, but then take it as a lesson. Sometimes we don't know. Sometimes we have to go to the 3rd grade and then we can move on to the 4th grade. It's just part of the process. It's part of the process. And your success is actually the speed, the determination, the abruptness that you cut off the past and get yourself out of that situation and move on. So your success is actually 2 things. First is your peace of mind. Your peace, the inner peace, inner serenity, that you're not going to bother by this anymore. Your emotional stability, your peace, that you feel good no matter what, is yours. Is the first part of success, okay? Another part is how quickly you can get yourself out of a bad mood. How quickly you can get yourself out of a situation, because let's say there are 2 people. The first person, say she made a wrong judgment, she dated this guy who turns out raped her. This is a very exaggerated, extreme example. And the second girl, she also let's say this guy sitting in her car and she saw him and she's just like, you know what, we can be friends. And she just treat him really nice and invite him to give him food. And then he raped her. 2 person. The first girl would be like, you know what, this thing happened, but this doesn't deserve my time and energy. He doesn't deserve my time and energy. This is I would be strong that it never happened. It has 0 emotional impact on me, 0 trauma left in me, because I quickly adjust. I heal myself. I adjust. My life is my life. It's my determination. I have a brand new future. I have all my dreams. I have this grandiose life, and life is full of beautiful things. I'm not gonna let this bother me. I'm not gonna let this influence me. I'm not gonna let this impact me. I'm whole, I'm full, I'm complete, I'm awesome, I'm wonderful, and I'm capable. I can make everything happen. I have my dream. I have my goal, and I have my soul family. I have my future husband, or future wife. I have my family. I have my soul tribe. I have my career. This is the first goal. So she quickly cut off the loss, it's almost like there's no loss for her. She quickly put herself out of the situation and she recovers, let's say 3 days. This is the first girl. Again, this is a very extreme example, so please, it's not a real case. It's not a true case. I'm just using it as a metaphor to illustrate what I wanted to, the message. And the second woman, the thing is, she is the same degree of damage. The first girl, she had very hurtful painful nights as well. So it's not like she had no feelings. The second girl, she, of course, this is terrible. And 5 years later, 10 years later, she still keeps thinking about that night. She still keeps thinking about that traumatic event. And just things doesn't work out in my life, or my life is ruined by this, or my life is affected by this, or just how much damage, how severe the tragic is, which is true. But the thing is, 20 years, she still keeps thinking about that night. The thing is, second girl, if this didn't happen, the second girl, what if I tell you that she will be a movie star? What if I tell you that she's a movie star and she's a millionaire? She established her company at the age of 30. And she married this wonderful man who treated her like a royal princess, who's so sweet and so gentle, who give her everything, and who just, this dream person. And she married this dream guy, and she has a very successful career. She's well loved, and she changed the world. She invented this new technology that changed the world. That book she writes healed so many people. What if I tell you that if this rape that didn't happen, she's like that? But now this woman is mourning over that same night. What if I tell you that if that rape didn't happen, or doesn't happen, your life is great? And okay, so how about this woman just release the memory, heal, and move on? Know that what happened in the past is in the past, beaten by it's just something that happened in the past, and just she has some negative experience, negative memory, negative emotions. But she can really let it go, and then her life will be in the same grandiose way that she never had that event. It will be the same greatness, her life that she can actually realize her full potential if she just decided to let go. So this is what I'm talking about. This card is telling you is you need to focus on your dreams. You need to focus on your dreams instead of holding on to resentment. Think of the people who have hurt you in the past. Think of them as those small kids. Think of them like a rock, like a mud, or something like when you walk on the street and there's a little puppy and barking at you, and they're like those little kids. And now ask yourself, what matters most to you? Your dream, your ambition, your intention, what you truly want, or dealing with these people, or holding on your resentment. And also that it's really not your fault. So it's not your fault. It's not your fault that you think that you made a wrong judgment. It's not your fault that you made a wrong judgment. It's not your fault that you made a wrong decision. Everybody makes wrong decision, and it happens all the time. And your success is not make so-called mistakes. Your success is cut loss quickly, to get yourself back into your wholeness quickly. If you can get yourself back in 3 days, then you are doing it better than recover in 3 months. So let's say if you went through something that unpleasant, and last time it took you 3 months to recover, now it takes you 3 days, then that's a huge success. So that's your success. So we need to really pay attention to the speed of recovery. Actually separate people apart. Of course, this is in terms of the worldly way, in terms of success, in terms of well-being, in terms of happiness. But the success and happiness really how fast you can recover. So change your perspective, change your mindset, how quickly you can put yourself together, how quickly you can move on, how quickly you can just not think about the past anymore, not think about people and things don't deserve your time and energy anymore. So another message is very specific, and I got asked this question so this girl has experienced something unpleasant, and she was thinking about exposing the other party and telling the truth and all that, because sorry about my camera. At the same time, she's just hesitate, and on one hand, she wanted to tell the truth and review and expose the other party, what they did, what they say, what they said about her, what they did to her, what their true colors are, etc. Because they deserve punishment, and she wants justice. And at the same time, she knows that it's gonna cost her own energy and peace of mind. And she also knows that these things and these people do not really deserve her time. And she has something much more important to do, because she has the same amount of energy, right? And she wanted to put her energy into something that actually deserve it. At the same time, she does want justice. So she's a little bit hesitant to cut loss. And she mentioned that she feels like her experience can benefit others. So she's thinking about publishing a book on this. She's thinking about if she felt like go to court, and because there is something that's just so shitty in a way that it can almost be like a social justice case. And so I put a few cards about this. And I got workaholic, faith, and creation. So this is both a message specifically for her. And also I also asked what, for all of you who comes to this reading, there's something that we all need to know. And this message telling me that, so you should keep focusing on your work. And you are very creative. You are a very creative person, and you can be very productive if you put your focus onto your work. So your focus shouldn't be on the other party. Your focus should be on your work completely, because you're very creative. And forgiveness is the card also comes up. So you actually need to focus on your creative work. And when it comes to that case, it's almost like think of it this way. What if that event never happened in your life? What would you do now? So if you feel like your focus was currently drawn away by something that happened in the past, by some unpleasant people, by some shitty events, the question is, what would you do if those things never happened in the first place? What would you do if those people never showed up in your life in the first place? Are you gonna be... And the answer, what I'm hearing now, is you're gonna do what you love to do. You're gonna spend this time creating. You're spending this time doing something you love. You are spending this time with people you love. And now you don't, because you are being affected by past events, right? So this message that giving her and giving you who come to this reading is that you need to let go of that and really get yourself back into a state that you are completely not bothered by it anymore. So it's almost like if you are being bullied in elementary school by a kid, let's say second grade by a kid, and you were being bullied by that, you were really bothered by it back in elementary school, right? And I think for most of you today, let's say if you are 20s, 30s, 40s, you are no longer bothered by it anymore. You are probably bothered by something else, but think of an event that when it happened, it did bother you, but now it doesn't. It's like that. You need to get yourself into a state that you're no longer bothered by what has been, by this current thing, this specific past event anymore. And that is the time when you are completely emotionally detached from it. And so let's say if you're a writer and you want to write a book, for example, stealing. You want to write a book that's about social justice. And recently you're being stolen, for example, your money is being stolen. And you kept thinking about it. And you're like, I'm going to write a book about money being stolen. But the question here is, what if this thing didn't happen in the first place? What would you write? The answer can be that you figure that you actually wanted to write about things that happens in, I don't know, about the homeless people. That is something that actually fascinates you more, that you find that it has more, that you feel motivated to write, that the social cause that you wanted to fight for and you care about. And you feel like that's a more urgent issue to write about. Or the answer can be you do want to write about stealing or about thieves, fraud. It can be you do want to write about that as well. So what I'm saying is your decision come from complete freedom, that you need to first free yourself and liberate yourself from the trap of certain past energy, past events, certain past memories, which can create a lot of subconscious chattering or some kind of leftover memories, or you need to clean those things first. Then you will be completely free and completely authentic in your decisions. Because you have a lot of choices in front of you. Let's say if you're a writer, there are a lot of type of work that you can write about anything, right? But you don't need to write an article exposing the other person. The thing is, you have so many choices. You can write about anything, but which one you write, you need to get yourself in a mindset or in a kind of a emotional, liberated, completely free and joyous and content and whole state. So you can actually make a choice that's authentic to you, that you truly want, instead of as a way to keep engaging the past energy. Or the thing is, you're not gonna go back to that guy who bullied you in elementary school today, right? And beat him, right? Or beat her, right? It's just, it's in your past and you're no longer bothered by it. And it didn't really cause you any harm anyway. And you have your current life, right? I feel guided to look at this card, Faith. I am more than I think I am, Faith. Peggy is terrified. She can't see past the wall in front of her, and it is preventing her from moving forward. You need to move forward. Right now, your mindset or your memories about the past are like this wall in front of you. You need to move forward. She cries for help. The great spirits appear and tell her that she is holding a royal purple brick, thinking it is a wall. They encourage her. So this is telling you that you think it's a wall, but it's actually not. It's your mind created certain limitations, giving me the 8 of Swords energy and the 8 of Cups energy. You need to leave something behind, honey. They encourage her to place the brake back in the path and ask her not give up on life. Peggy lowers the brake to the ground and courageously steps forward, her future lights up. So you can really let go of the burden. You are holding on to it right now. You can just put it down. It's that simple. I know it's hard to do, but really it's that simple. It's your choice. If you really made up your mind, if you make up your mind right now, then you can move on. You move on. What frightens you is something much smaller than you. It's a trivial thing. It's a petty thing. It doesn't harm you, honey. It doesn't harm you. It doesn't influence you. It has nothing. It has no weight in your life. It's a small thing. It's just a small petal. It doesn't even exist. It's largely an illusion created by your own mind. If you are experiencing pain, holding on tighter will only worsen the situation. Your greatness awaits. You have something very beautiful in front of you awaits you. You need to let go of the past. Let go. You need to unburden yourself. Let go of the past burdens and move on. I have a tremendous amount of personal magnetism. Am I willing to allow myself to shine? Yes, you need to allow yourself to move on. I feel like it's you are holding on to it. You're the one who's holding on to the past memories. This is the time to let go and recognize your own gifts. Thank your guides for protecting you and not allowing you to give up. Don't give up. You have something of very great value here. And right now you're just being affected by your own thoughts. Honey, I wanted to say that you're affected by the past memories, but actually you're affected by your own thoughts. You're not affected by the past. You're not affected by the past person. They have no power. They never had any power. This is the first step in communicating and sharing with the world. The royal purple brake is a part of your past, not the entire journey. This is asking you to move on. This whole energy, this whole message is telling you that you need to move on. You need to focus on creating. You need to focus on your own work. You need to focus on your intention. You need to focus on your dream. So this is the last message. You need to pretend. Just try. And this is the thing. What bothered you, the past event, it never happened. Just pretend it never happened. Actually, it never happened. You had a dream. Let's say some guy cheated on you. You had a dream about a guy who cheated on you. Let's say you had a marriage and then you got a divorce. You had a dream, and in this dream that you were married and you were divorced. But now you wake up. It was just a dream. It's not true. It's illusion. It never happened. So stop letting it affect you. Please just listen to me. That didn't happen. That never happened. You're living your life to its fullest potential. So just create. Be bold. Just create. Focus on your path. Focus on what you want. Focus on your dreams. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.